To use the equal work rest timer in the ForTime timer, you'll scroll down to equal work rest and start the timer. From here, you can specify the number of rounds that you would like in your workout and then start the workout. When would you use the equal work rest timer? You would use it in a situation where the workout prescribes that you perform a set of work followed by a rest period that is of the same length of time that it took you to complete the work. For example, assume you have a workout that is 5 rounds, that has 10 strict pull-ups, 20 push-ups, and 30 air squats. You're to do this 5 rounds. However long the round takes you is how long you should rest. So for the first round, you're likely going to be very fresh, and your work period will be much shorter. You will say it takes you 1.5 minutes. At that point, your rest period would then be exactly 1.5 minutes. The next round, when you start round 2, it might take you 2 minutes and 15 seconds, which means the rest period for round 2 would be 2 minutes and 15 seconds. The equal work rest timer will keep track of this for you. To do that, let's select 5 rounds and we'll walk through a demonstration. When you start the equal work rest timer, you'll be giving a 10-second countdown, which you can press play to begin the countdown. You can pause it, reset it if you would like. Once it counts down, you will hear an audible beep if the audio signals are enabled at 3, 2, and 1, and then a final beep when it starts. Here you'll see on the left, we are on the first round, and you should be performing the work at this point. At this time, you would be performing the 10 strict pull-ups, immediately followed by 20 push-ups, and then 30 air squats. Once you are done with that work, you would then select the check mark in the top right part of the screen. Let's do that now. Notice how the timer is right around 28 to 30 seconds. So now the timer is counting down for the same amount of time that we were working, in this case 29 seconds. I'm going to pause the timer. This is pausing the rest. So you can pause it at any point in time you would like. On the bottom left part of the screen, you'll see 2 arrows pointing to the number 2. This represents the next round that you're going into. You will be starting round 2 next. Up in the top right, you'll see that we are defined in a rest period, and there is also a skip button, so like a skip track button. This will allow you to skip the rest. Let's assume you forgot to select the button to start the rest period. You can go ahead and skip it so you can start your next round. So let's continue this here. As this continues to count down, again, you can skip the rest in the top right. And as it continues to count down, you will hear a beep on the 3, 2, and 1. And then, of course, you'll hear a beep when the next round starts. As soon as the next round starts, you will begin the next working period. So let's assume that you work for another 2 minutes and 15 seconds this time. At this point in time, you then would select the arrow in the top right. Let's go ahead and speed this up. Okay, for brevity's sake, we will select the check mark. Now you can see that the rest period is the same amount of time that the work period was. You're going into round 3. We can select to skip the rest, which we'll do now in the top right. We now start round 3. For brevity's sake, we'll select the check mark. Again, the rest is the same period length. We now go to round 4. We'll continue again, round 5, and then when we hit the check mark, I'm going to pause the rest. We will see in the bottom left, the round preview is a checkered flag indicating that after this rest period, you are finished with your equal work rest and done with this workout. So we'll press play, and then what will happen is you will see that the workout is complete, and you will be given some workout stats at that point that you can copy. It will show you how long each round is taken, as well as how long it has taken, including the rest. And that is how you use the equal work rest timer in the ForTime timer.